Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Vilas, and today I'm going to give you guys another story about the worst fucking teacher I've ever had. So, keep in fact that I had this teacher for 7th and 8th grade, back to back. It was art class, and originally it was, I got put into art class in 7th grade for getting kicked out of, I believe it was fucking multimedia. I got kicked out of multimedia for being a fucking retard, and I wasn't paying attention or nothing. So I got kicked out of multimedia, and I get put, or no, I get put into hell or fucking art. And so, you know, I have a couple of friends in that class, and I'm like, alright, this is pretty cool, I guess. You know, I'm gonna learn how to draw, and I did learn how to draw a fucking house, a fucking cube house. That was pretty cool, I guess. But so we didn't really get along at all. Like, I would say something and he would have to say something back, and it just went on and on. It got to the point where he had my fucking mom's number like saved already on his phone, and he would just be like, you know what, I'm calling your mom, and everybody would be like, oh, and I'm just like, what the fuck, yo, like, really, this nigga's crazy. Not 70, he's like 60, 50 years old, whatever. Pretty old, nasty, wrinkly. I hate this guy till this day. I still hate him. That was 3 years ago. I still fucking hate him. But so it got to the point where every day he would call my mom. My mom would do the same thing over again, pretend like she'd care. But obviously she knew what I was doing was not as bad as what he was saying, because he was saying I was doing some crazy stuff, dude. He's saying that I would fucking walk up in the middle of fucking class and walk around and talk shit to him. I mean, yeah, I did talk shit to him, but I didn't fucking walk around class. So it got to the point, and this is 7th grade still. So it got to the point where I would walk into class, and he would just kick me out for the period. Like, he would just straight out kick me out, and I would stay outside for the whole period. Like, I wouldn't even drop off my backpack or nothing. I just walk in. I'd look at him, he'd give me a dirty ass look like, damn, this nigga's back again, yo. Sorry. And then, so after that, we got over it, school year's over, and we're choosing electives, and he walks up to me and tells me, are you gonna choose art again? And I'm like, no. And he goes, you should really do it. I feel like you can do it next year. I feel like you have a better attitude. So I'm like, alright, cool. I don't want to choose this class. This class was pretty boring. And so it comes, first day of school next year, 8th grade year. I walk in, I get my schedule, and I see 4th or 5th period art. I'm like, no fucking way. Like, there is no way I just got fucking art with this kid again, or this guy again. And then he tells me, I was talking to the counselors, and I decided you should get art one more year. And so it's fucking, here it is again. We're arguing. This is like the first week of school, alright? So I have the class told, like, oh my god. I had this class for like, I say half the school year, a little bit before half. And after that, I'd get kicked out. He'd call my mom. I go to the counselor's office over and over again. Whatever. It'd repeat over and over and over again. But it got to the point where in 8th grade, I would walk in, and same thing. He'd take attendance, and then I'd be sent right out. Like, that's how much we argued in 7th and 8th grade. So it got to the, at one point he put me on a contract, which was like, it was like the worst thing like ever. So if I got below a 6, I wasn't allowed to go to lunch. I would at least get my lunch and go to the detention room and eat it there, the whole entire lunch. But it got to the point where right when I would walk into class, he'd just be like, okay, goodbye. Send me straight to the office, and I'd sit there. And so my counselor was like, okay, you're not learning anything, so we'll just put you into on school suspension for that whole period. So every day, right after 4th period or 3rd period, I forgot. Right after 3rd period, I'd walk straight to the detention room or the on-school suspension room, and I'd stay there. Like, I'd sit there, I wouldn't do anything. I'd sleep. I'd lay my head down, whatever. Like, I was the only kid in there at that point. So I did that for like I don't know, a couple weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks, right? So I saw his class, and then my counselor, or my fucking, what's it called, my art teacher was like, yo, you should change your class. Like, he told me, he's like, get your schedule changed. And I was like, alright, yeah, I'll do it. And I'd be so lazy, dude. I didn't do it. I was just like, alright, do it after school. I'll do it after school. He would be like, just change it, because you're just wasting your time. So I was like, yeah, that's true, I'll just change it. So I go to the counselor office, and I'm like waiting there for like 15 minutes. I'm like, yo, this is taking forever. I'll just, whatever, I sleep anyways, who cares. And then the next day, the next couple of days, I get called up first period to the office. I'm like, fuck, what I do now? And I used to be in trouble a lot, so I was just like, fuck, dude, what do I do now? So the counselor gives me a new schedule, and I'm like, what is this? She's like, your art teacher changed your schedule for you. And I'm like, oh, he did? She's like, yeah. She said, your new period is now 5th period and your English is 4th. And I'm like, alright, what I get? And she's like, look. So I fucking look at it, and it's fucking choir. I'm like, no fucking way. I just got put into fucking boys choir by my fucking art teacher. And so that messed around my whole schedule, because I guess for like boys art or boys choir was only 5th period. So I used to have classes with all my friends. My first period, everybody that I kicked it with at lunch was in my first period, so it would just be like super fun in there. And my first period got changed to my 4th period. My 4th got changed to my 2nd, whatever, it got mixed around, and I had like no one. So I walk into choir the first day, and my teacher, he goes, dude, I made the worst first impression. I walk in and I fucking knock down like this thing he has on there with everybody's name on there. I knock it down, and I'm like, fuck, I have to pick all this shit up like on my first day in this class. And so he tells me, he goes, so are you I think he goes, are you a high note or are you a low note? I'm like, what? Like, what does that mean? He goes, okay, say these words, do, re, whatever they're called. And so I do them. He goes, yep, you're a high note, sit over here. Dude, I was like the only 8th grader in the high note. All the 8th graders were low notes. I don't know what that meant. So whenever we'd sing, dude, I'd stand up and I'd just open my mouth and I pretend to sing, like I'd lip sing. And I think he knew it, because he would always give me a bad grade in that class. Participation, he'd give me a horrible he'd give me like a 3. So on my contract I'd get like a 5. So I never really got to go to lunch. But at some points it was just like horrible. This teacher would he'd fucking make everything like worse. Like I'll be having a good day, I'd walk into art, boom, like it's a bad day. Dude, it got to the point where three of the kids that would always get in trouble with me came into school one day, and we brought 3 bags of chips, three large, like family pack size bag of chips. I remember it was Doritos, Hot Cheetos, and Munchies. And we sat in the back where we would always get told to get put at, and we sat there for like the whole hour, and we fucking ate chips. We ate like 3 whole bags of chips before fucking the class ended, and he never knew because he never cared about us. And yeah, it was, I honestly think that was what made my 7th and 8th grade year the worst fucking year. Like, it was fun, but right when I got to that class, I was like, oh, this is fucking gay. But yeah, that's like the worst teacher I ever had. Let me like, comment, and subscribe for more. Hopefully I can start uploading. I know I said I was going to be uploading, but like, I joined a new team and I'm just trying to grind for episode clips right now. And so that's really what's really going on right now. So yeah guys, till next time, I'll see you. Peace.